tiny country linking two vast continents. A tropical corridor between two great oceans. A people defined by nature.
Oh, this is something amazing, guys. This is a glass frog.
This is Costa Rica.
Well, these are ridiculously cute. Hello.
I'm Gaia Vince. I explore and write about our changing planet and what we humans can do to protect our natural world.
This is why I'm not at home moaning about the state of the planet. You know, this gives me hope.
I'm heading for a country that's made saving the planet a matter of national pride.
I don't want to brag, but maybe I should.
A national grid fueled by rivers and volcanoes.
Go back to the river, my friend.
500,000 different species.
I mean, they're so ancient, they're like dinosaurs.
The happiest, most sustainable country in the world.
Gracias. This is the life.
I'm packing my bags for Costa Rica.
Pura vida.
Last year, the Happy Planet Index announced that Costa Ricans are the happiest people in the world. Not only that, they also live longer than their American neighbours, despite having just a fraction of their material wealth. As a science writer, I want to understand what makes Costa Ricans so extraordinary. And I want to find out what the rest of us can learn from them. I'm here with my whole family, so we can properly immerse ourselves in this remarkable place.
So they're going to go in the sea, go and do some fishing. What's fish in Spanish, darling?
Pescado.
Pescado, very good. See you soon.
Coya can have a couple.
Life expectancy is high all over Costa Rica.
Be careful.
Good luck.
Oh, no.
Not bad, baby.
But here on the Nicoya Peninsula, the locals live longer than almost anywhere else on the planet.
Hola, buenas. Yeah. Hola. So I'm driving to a little village just outside of Nicoya, which is the capital of this peninsula, the Nicoya Peninsula. And there's more 100-year-olds that live here than almost anywhere else on Earth.
I've arranged to meet a 99-year-old cowboy called Peto, a local man who's spent his whole life ranching cattle here. Peto really does live in the middle of nowhere. This is the heart of Costa Rican caballero culture.
This is cowboy country. They still ranch, they still use horses to get everywhere. Hola. And to round up their cattle. Ah, little yellow church, so there should be a little yellow house on the right. Ah, there it is. How cute, what a lovely garden.
The Nicoya Peninsula is one of the world's recognised blue zones. There are 5 of these zones located around the world. Places where people live much longer and remain active into old age.
Hola, Pachito.
Corazón.
Con mucho gusto. Hola.
¿Quiere ir a andar a caballo conmigo?
¿Así? Por favor. Sí, sí.
Con gusto la llevo.
Okay. Yeah?
Meta más. Ay.
Okay, I'm up.
Es que le dejan muy poco pelo también.
Now, I'm no jockey, But when a 99-year-old cowboy offers to take you riding into the Costa Rican Outback, you've got to give it a go.
I'm just going to follow you. Oh, I think my horse is thirsty.
Pechitos' family all live close by. He visits them and his friends, some much older than him, every day.
Nos vamos, corazón.
He even takes part in local horse shows. Not bad for a man born in the middle of the First World War.
¿Qué es eso? No los alemanes, no los alemanes.
Pachito, por favor.
Sí, oh, muchas gracias.
Gracias. Hola, buenas.
On the ride down here, Pechito is telling me that he's lived in this village all his life. It's a really poor village, and yet life expectancy here is so much higher than very near neighbour, the United States, which is the richest country in the world. So I guess it tells you that something they're doing here, they're doing right. He was talking about the tranquillo, you know, the stress-free, tranquil life, and I think that's got a lot to do with it. Longevity studies have found that while genes are important to living longer, they're just 25% of the equation. The rest is down to lifestyle. In the world's blue zones, staying active, eating plenty of vegetables and managing stress are key. Pechito's neighbour Maria believes there is another vital ingredient.
Porque nosotros los guanacastecos, Nicoya, todos, acostamos temprano, estarse tarde a la 1, a las 12 de la noche, es un desvelo.
And you wake early?
Eso sí.
A las 3, a las 4.
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué?
Porque es saludable la mañana. Levantarse a las 11 o a las 10, malo, enferma.
The sun sets early in Costa Rica, and we're preparing dinner before 6. Pechito's son-in-law is cooking our fish al fresco.
Uno le llama a la leña, la comida sabe diferente. Aquí se pone frijoles, aquí te puede poner el arroz, todo lo que uno cocina en cocina eléctrica, todo.
Okay.
Todos los días, cuando vengo del trabajo, yo me vengo con mi hija para donde Paulina y a donde Pachito a acompañarlo. Todo es como una tradición.
Poco arroz. Sí. Tell me when. More.
Ya.
Búsquele al lado donde no estén las que digamos, no hay espinas, pero la posta, como él no tiene dientitos.
Paulina, Pechito's daughter, lives with her dad and keeps a close eye on his diet.
So you're eating this every single day, the same thing, more or less?
Arroz y frijoles.
Arroz y frijoles, huevo, carne cuando se va a Nicoya, se consigue.
En 100 años que voy a cumplir, si Dios lo permite, yo no sé por qué he vivido tanto yo. Porque, digamos, yo no me cuidé para decir que porque se cuida uno. Yo soy borracho para Andrés y jugador.
Good for you. Salud.
Salud.
Pechito's cowboy lifestyle has kept him active and in touch with nature. He told me that these days his horse is his leg. At 99 years of age, Pechito is still an important, vital member of his family dynamic.
Pachito, muchas gracias por tu hospitalidad, Muchas gracias.
Adiós.
Adios.
Pechito is astonishingly active at his advanced age, but he's not at all unusual around here. It's inspiring just to be around these people.
I'm really trying to understand, what makes this peninsula, what makes Nicoya so special.
I've come to Nicoya town in Costa Rica's Guanacaste province. I'm trying to understand why people here are amongst the happiest and most long-lived in the world. And researchers think one of the reasons might be their faith. It's mid-December and I've come to one of the area's most popular religious festivals. As always in Costa Rica, it involves a very early start.
It's really quite an assault on the senses, actually. Smoke in my eyes, and there's like this singing and this praying and this kind of, it almost sounds like chanting going on. It feels mystical.
I'm spending the day working with the women here in the cofradia. Part chapel, part kitchen, it's the focal point of the 3-day Laita Festival in honour of the Virgin Mary.
This really strong smell of garlic and cilantro, coriander, it's filling the air, and then at the same time there's chanting. It feels like we're building up to something quite big here.
¿Está en piedra?
Oh! Coffee gone. It's not even dawn yet, and these women have been working here, I think, for several hours. I mean, I struggle to get up, but there's so much busyness here, there's so much activity that it's actually waking me up.
All of the produce is donated by nearby farms, and the cooks I'm working with prepare and serve the food for free.
How much do I need of this? Like this? Así. Pero no muy grande.
He says there's only 1.5 cows in here, but it feels like an awful lot of meat from just 1.5 cows. How many people is this going to feed?
Unas 70, 80 personas.
Really, 70 or 80 people?
70 or 80 people, exactamente.
27-year-old Daniela Pinar has been coming to the cofradia since she was a little girl.
Nicoya is a blue zone because the people living more years and more than 100 years.
That's why I've come. So I'm trying to find out why. Do you think the Virgin's got anything to do with it?
Yes, because a lot of old people working for her.
Yes,
Yes.
loads. So all those people working for her, you think that will mean that they live longer? Or?
Yes.
Everyone in the village appears to have a part to play in the celebrations. But the ultimate honour is dressing up the Madonna for the procession. And this year, that accolade falls to Gabi Briseño.
Aquí es donde vamos a vestir la muñequita que baila la yegua. Te invito a pasar.
Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias.
Eso se elige por medio de votación. Es importante por agradecimiento a la Virgen de promesas.
Disculpa, es muy importante, muy importante. Sí, creo que yo veo.
Listo, ahora. Dani, ya. Aquí está la muñequita. Nos vamos. de Mari.
Blue Zone researchers found that people who attend a religious service more than 4 times a month are less stressed and less anxious than non-believers. It's an interesting thought. The procession makes its way through the town to the cofradia, where the people of Nicoya pay their respects to the men and women who've been up all night cooking for them.
There's a whole line of really hungry people there.
It seems to me that Laita Festival is providing this community with a reason to get together and celebrate common bonds. But it's also giving people a sense of personal pride. From the cooks to those who dress the Madonna, even those who dress like a horse, they feel special. Everyone sees them. For me, that's the magic of La Yaguita. Now it's back to my home in the jungle to collect the family for the next leg of our journey.
Yeah, we're going on an adventure, aren't we?
I'm going to come with you too.
Yes, you are.
Another reason researchers think Costa Ricans are so content is their deep connection with their natural environment. And nowhere demonstrates this better than the remote, sleepy village of Ostional, whose inhabitants' lives are entwined with an endangered species of turtle. The village's beach is the most important nesting site of Olive Ridley Turtles in the Americas. Hundreds of thousands of them mysteriously arrive in unison several times a year to lay millions of their eggs together. It's called an Arabada, and it's one of the most remarkable natural phenomena on the planet.
This might be it up here, Gaia, do you think?
Yeah, pizzeria, yeah, let's go
With the
there.
surfboard, yeah?
Yeah, let's stop there. That looks good.
The villagers work all year round to ensure the beach is kept clean for the turtles to lay their eggs. They employ guards to keep poachers and natural predators at bay. But it's also the only place in the world where people are allowed to collect, sell, and eat the eggs of the endangered turtles.
Hola, buenas.
Malena Vega helps to manage the Arabada.
Es un placer conocerte.
Igualmente.
Es mi familia, es Nicola y esta Milena.
It's a totally legal practice here, and I'm told it benefits the turtles just as much as the humans.
Y mi hijo Kip. La próxima arribada, ¿cuándo hace y qué espero de eso?
Bueno, la esperamos para el 22 de diciembre. Y van a venir muchas tortugas, miles de miles.
The Ostional egg trade has been monitored for 20 years. Analysis shows the number of turtles have remained stable. Biologists believe keeping the beach free from debris helps the turtles to nest. Nick's gone to lend a hand.
Buenos días. Vamos a comenzar la limpieza de playa.
palos grandes, vamos a recoger y vamos a amontonar en partes donde se pueda quemar. Comencemos, muchachos. Los hombres se encargan de hacer lo que es limpieza de playa, limpiar toda la madera que hay para que las tortugas pongan sin ningún problema.
Empezaron, sí.
Las mujeres, el otro rol que juegan las mujeres que es muy importante es la extracción. Ellos trabajan en la extracción de huevos.
Está bien, pero es un poco controversial, ¿no?
Pues siempre hemos tratado de que las cosas se aclaren, de que entiendan que lo que nosotros estamos haciendo es un bien, no estamos haciendo ningún daño. No hay otro lugar que haya un recurso tan importante en un proyecto como el que nosotros tenemos aquí en Ostional.
Es una labor que se da cada 8 días más o menos. Los sábados, cada sábado, próximo sábado, se da la limpieza también dependiendo de la cantidad de basura que el mar saque.
Es algo increíble lo que pasa cuando...
Nobody knows for sure why they've chosen to lay their eggs in Ostional, or exactly when the turtles will arrive.
Por favor, no, me llave
Es correcto.
cuando llevan.
Sí, yo la llamo.
Ahorita.
Yo la llamo. Yo la llamo.
Bien,
Con
bien.
mucho gusto.
Sí.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
It is gorgeous.
Imagine what it's going to look like when all the turtles are coming in.
I know.
I've no idea how I will feel harvesting the eggs of the endangered turtles. But the bond between the people here and their natural world is very real. And I can't wait to learn more about it. I'm at home in Nisara, on Costa Rica's beautiful Pacific coast. Nick, Kip, Juno and I are all on turtle watch.
Come and look here, Gaia. Look at all the turtle shells, look. These are the egg shells of the turtle. Just here, look.
These ones are old ones on the... yeah, these ones have obviously gone.
They're really leathery, aren't they?
This is such a magical place, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
So beautiful.
The locals tell me that the mass nesting at Ostional often happens in the days before a new moon. That's still over a week away, so I'm keen to get back out into the field. I'm heading to meet members of one of Costa Rica's largest indigenous communities, the Bri Bri. They live in the Talamanca Indigenous Territory in the southwest corner of Costa Rica. It's one of the most isolated parts of the country.
I'm just south of Limon now. It's on the Caribbean side, very different from where we've been. And I'm heading south, down the coast, towards the Panamanian border. You know, there's a lot of focus on all the extinctions that are going on around us, on the different animals and plants that we stand to lose. There's also a very real human extinction that's going on right under our noses. And we're losing cultural diversity. Everyone's eating the same food, wearing the same clothes.
30 years ago, the Bri Bri was struggling to preserve their way of life. I'm going to meet a woman who has helped her village to re-embrace their traditional culture. If I can find the way.
Okay, I think I'm in Bamboo. Let me just check on the hilariously hand-drawn map of a place that doesn't even exist on the proper maps. Yes, I reckon it is So there should be a river here. I'm going to go and check. Hola. Hola, ¿qué tal? Aquí está bambú, ¿sí? Sí. Ah, ¿y dónde está el río?
Está ahí para bajito de la calle.
¿Para acá? Sí. Okay. Okay. Ciao. Gracias. Okay, I can see some people. Brilliant.
The Farmers Depot provides a point of contact between modern Costa Rica and the Bri Bri upriver.
It's always so difficult getting hold of people when there's no signal. But Cesar said he would meet me here by the boat. I'm always slightly wary of walking through sugarcane because it's a favourite place for snakes. And there are some quite scary ones in Costa Rica. Bedlants, coral snakes, rattlesnakes. Cesar? Hola, mucho gusto.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Ya vámonos.
Vámonos, let's go.
It takes an hour to travel 8 beautiful miles from Bamboo to the Bri Bri village. The Yawkin River is a natural border between Costa Rica and Panama.
So there's Bri Bri here in Panama and also here in Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
¿Tu pueblo es en Panama o es en...?
Panamá, los dos. Mi padre es...
Tu padre es de Panamá y tu
madre es...
Ah, de Costa Rica. Gracias, Iván. Ah, qué lindo.
La escuela típico de nosotros. Suita se llama el techo. Yeah, this is my mother.
Bernardo. Hola, hola.
Mucho gusto.
It's great to meet you. ¿Dónde vámonos?
Por aquí.
Nobody knows exactly how many Bri Bri live in the remote reserves of Talamanca. Estimates vary from 10,000 to 30,000.
So what does it mean to you to be Bri Bri?
Para mí es muy importante la Bri Bri por ser único, no hay más. Para nosotros, Sibú nos dejó, Sibú es Dios. Entonces, Él hizo la tierra para nosotros. Y dejó el sitio acá, en Costa Rica, donde puedan vivir los Bri Bris.
But when Bernarda was growing up, her indigenous culture was starting to disappear. The Bri Bri were not thriving in modern Costa Rica.
En 1960 vino la primera escuela. Entonces, de ahí para acá, toda la gente de la comunidad ha aprendido español. Entonces, perdimos mucho de nuestro idioma. Nosotros aquí éramos tímidos. ¿Por qué? Porque nosotros fuimos muy maltratados de la gente no indígena, que no son indígenas. Entonces, fuimos muy maltratados, entonces la gente no quería hablar nada, no contar nada.
Bernarda convinced her village to relearn their language. But her masterstroke was adapting modern Costa Rica's ecotourism model to support the Bri Bri's return to a more traditional way of life.
Empecé a capacitar a la gente, a hablar con la gente, que no toda la gente es malo. Hay gente malo y hay gente buena también, y que puede apoyarnos, pero sin perder nuestra cultura, sin olvidar lo que tenemos, sino fortalecer nuestras cosas buenas que tenemos.
The Bri Bri value their privacy, so the number of visitors are kept low.
Wow, listen to that. That's the sound of the forest.
And those that do come need to be ready for an almost entirely off-grid experience. Lucky I've got a torch to find the small hut I'm staying in. The Bri Bri are virtually self-sufficient, producing their own food, housing materials and medicine from their environment. Plantain, oranges and cacao are all farmed in the traditional way.
Hola. I hear there's a roof that needs fixing.
Whiskey.
The people here work with and for each other.
Soy Gaia.
Mucho gusto, Gaia. Yo, Prudencio.
Oh, mucho gusto,
Bienvenido.
Prudencio. Soy Gaia.
Roy para hacerlo.
Mucho gusto, Roy.
Estos dos dedos
Sí,
nada
sí,
más.
sí, like this. Okay.
Con esta mano haces el lazo para la derecha
Mhm.
y acuestas en él.
Okay.
¿Entiendes?
If this roof leaks, don't blame me.
¿Subir? ¿Seguro, Gaia?
Puedo.
Okay. Bueno,
Watch me roof. Pass it up. Es más fácil aquí.
Try.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
¿Está bien venteado?
Sí.
Turns out I'm a writer, not a roofer.
La diferencia nuestra de los Bri Bri es que nosotros nos regimos por clanes, en la línea matriarcal. Hace 26 años atrás, los que mandaban eran los hombres, no las mujeres. Entonces yo fui hablando con los hombres, hablando sobre la igualdad. Entonces, como Bri Bri, que tenemos que estar unidos para ayudarnos unos a otros.
I'm going to leave this to the
Bro, acá.
experts. Qué linda, bebé. ¿Cómo te llama? ¿Cómo te llama ella? Poraima.
Es mi nieta.
¿Es mi nieta?
Sí.
Ah, sí.
El rol de la mujer en la comunidad es mucho. Cuando nos capacitamos para saber cuál es nuestra autoestima y cuál es nuestro valor, entonces aprendimos de que nosotros podemos liderar en cualquier parte como en diferentes comités.
Like a lot of people I've met in Costa Rica, the Bri Bri seem pretty laid back.
Nosotros somos muy felices aquí, muy tranquilos. ¿Por qué? Porque nosotros vivimos sin estrés. Nosotros no tenemos cuenta en el banco o préstamo en el banco. Tenemos mucha agua. La comida, como usted ve la naturaleza, hay muchas. Todo el mundo que viene acá disfruta la felicidad de nosotros y lo vive.
Muy bien.
Sí.
Nos vamos.
Sí, vámonos.
Ok.
You know what I really like about the Bri Bri is they've got this incredible sense of purpose. They know who they are. They're proud of their language and their culture and the beautiful place that they live in. Yet they're not afraid to let the modern world in. So, you know, they've got schools, they've got a doctor that comes and visits them, even though they still keep up their herbal medicine practice. And I think if you're going to have a culture and keep it alive in the modern world, that's the only sustainable way to do it. You know, as I've been travelling through Costa Rica, I've really been trying to understand the people here and what makes them the happiest people on earth. You know, and I found that everyone from Pechito to the people I met at the Iguita to the people I spent last night with, the Bri Bri, they all have something in common, this massively strong sense of community and a sense of purpose. You know, you don't see loneliness here. You don't see people living on their own. There's old and young and everybody is doing the same thing together, eating, working in the fields. And I think that might be the key.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna come over now. Yeah, I'll be there in 20 minutes. For the past few days, I've been waiting for news of a mass beach invasion of turtles called the Arabada. And finally, it seems like they're on their way.
Hopefully they will arrive tonight, but who knows? At least I'll go to the beach and see what's going on out there.
Fishermen have spotted thousands of endangered Olive Ridleys gathering offshore, and they nearly always arrive in the dark. Clearly the word has got out.
Well, it's 5 o'clock and it's already pretty busy here. I've already seen a crowd walk past me. These are the first tourists I've seen in Ostia now.
An Arabada lasts for up to a week, and the turtles lay hundreds of thousands of eggs. It's a very special and unpredictable natural event. There are just 11 places in the world where this happens, and 2 of those are in Costa Rica. It's incredible to be here. Access to the beach is strictly controlled. There needs to be 100 turtles or more on the sand to officially declare an Arabada. It's coordinator Jairo Quirez's job to count them.
Hola.
Hola.
Thanks for meeting me. Oh, so red light, yeah?
Yes.
So the turtles aren't disturbed. It's actually quite hard to see anything. Can we go down to the shore? I want to see where the turtles actually come in.
Jairo is in communication with spotters further up the beach. But dawn's first light reveals everything we need to know.
Oh my God, I can see them! I can see them! Let's run, let's run. I don't want to miss these turtles now that we finally got here. So, how many turtles? Has it started?
We have so many tracks here. So that means that the arribada just began.
It started! You're telling me this has finally started. We have an Arabada. Oh.
Allá está la arribada. Los estamos invitando para que vayan allá los socios porque allá está la arribada.
Well, this is completely magical. There is a pink dawn breaking and the turtles are here. They've just come up the beach. Some of them are still up there laying their eggs, and then they're going to come back slowly, like this one is, into the ocean. It's finally happened. And the beach is just completely riddled with their tracks. How many must have gone up and down in the night, in the darkness?
Years ago, Ostianal Beach had become a mess. Farmers let their pigs graze on the eggs, dogs ran wild, and poaching was rife. In 1983, the government appointed Marlena Vega and others from the village to protect and manage the collection of eggs during the Arabada. Today, this is the only place in the world where local people are allowed to collect and eat some of the eggs. And I'm told it has a positive effect on the turtles. The collection cannot begin until there are 1,000 turtles on the beach.
I don't know how you know that there's a nest here. Vamos a ver. See?
During mass nesting events like this one, Olive Ridley turtles can have a 10% hatching rate. Here in Ostianal, it's closer to 30%.
There's a little cluster of white eggs. They're like ping pong balls, but very wet. Now she's covering them. Seems like a lot of effort that she's putting in, keeping those eggs safe.
Each turtle will lay between 80 and 100 eggs.
She's really trying to get back to the sea now. She's had enough, she's tired out. No, unfortunately we can't help her. It's a nice thought, but we can't actually touch them. We have to let them do it themselves.
If they can avoid human hands, dogs and vultures, hatchlings will emerge in about 60 days. They will travel thousands of miles before the females return decades later to lay their own eggs. all that effort, and here I am digging them up.
I joined Greenpeace when I was 6, and this feels like the biggest betrayal of my 6-year-old self.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Esto es lo que hace que haya contaminación. Cuando las flotas, las arribadas, se vienen muy seguido, comienzan a excavar y excavan en el mismo, y por ahí ya vienen reventando algún huevo. Entonces ese es el problema de que ella está así. Por eso es que nosotros hacemos este trabajo para que esto no se dé. Y ya tenemos 30 años de estar haciendo esto y por eso es que nace mucha tortuga. Por eso hay mucha.
Biologists have found that reducing the overall number of eggs increases the amount that hatch successfully.
So what Marlena and her team of villagers are doing is actually cleaning the nests, essentially, so the turtles have a better chance of survival.
The villagers of Ostional collect around 4.5 million eggs a year. That's around 6% of the total eggs laid. During every Arabada, each person is allowed to keep up to 200 for their own consumption. Marlena manages the sale of the rest on behalf of the community. All profits are divided equally. Eggs are sold at a fixed, low price to deter poaching. Marlena tells me that this money puts people through college, pays for healthcare, and provides a turtle pension for retired members. The kids are exhausted after their 5 a.m. turtle alarm clock, so Nick's taking them home. But I'm so pleased they've seen this. I'm heading down the beach to Marlena's house, where she's promised to cook me breakfast.
Hola.
Hola, bebé. Son frailes, ¿no?
Sí. Okay. Entonces, ahorita lo que vamos a hacer es abrir aquí.
So it's not like chicken eggs, is it? You don't crack it, you like literally pinch the top off.
Para que aprenda, para cuando vaya, vamos a echarle cebolla, chile dulce y culantro. Y también vamos a echarle un poquito de chile panameño.
Okay.
Sí.
¿Es picante?
Sí, pero está tierno para que no pique mucho.
Okay.
Pique poquito. Ya.
That looks actually really good. It's amazing how one's ethics about eating turtle egg go out of the window when you get hungry and there's an omelette ready for you to eat.
Y espero que le guste.
Muy rico.
Sí.
Very good. Halfway between a chicken egg and an oyster, I'd say.
Es con el fin primero de darle protección a la tortuga, extrayendo X cantidad de huevos para venderlos y ese dinero que es muy, muy interesante para los asociados, la población de Ostional. También nosotros podemos construir EVAIS, Sencinae, electrificación. Decimos que estamos con la mano de la naturaleza porque no podemos estar separados, ni nosotros ni ellas. Entonces, lo que queremos es de que y también enseñarle a los niños al futuro de que ellos las cuiden y enseñándoles a cuidar eso tan bonito que nos da la naturaleza.
Sí.
Entonces son cosas que
Everyone in Ostional benefits from the egg trade. Over the last 30 years, the sale of eggs has generated more than $6 million for the villagers. The people here have found a way to improve their lives by exploiting a natural resource. But crucially, they're managing to protect their turtles too. That's the key. We cannot conserve the world's wildlife unless we also protect the needs of the humans that rely on it.
There are literally thousands of baby turtles on this beach.
This is a unique time in Earth's history. Scientists are calling it the Anthropocene, the age of humans. We dominate the planet so extensively that we are pushing our wild animals and plants off the face of the Earth. But we can still choose what sort of Anthropocene we make. We can still have a world with Olive Ridley turtles and many of the other 23,000 endangered species. Protecting our environment can sometimes sound overwhelming, but my incredible journeys around Costa Rica have shown me that the opposite is true. This remarkably sustainable country is the happiest in the world. And that's a lesson for us all.